Hey guys, so I wanted to talk a little bit more about my postpartum experience. I am a mother and I talk about being a mom and that journey all the time. It is definitely main part of my personality. How could it not be? But I wanted to talk today about why having a breast milk stash was not necessary for my experience as a first time mom. Okay, so to get started, my original goal was to exclusively breastfeed. And that's exactly what ended up happening, whether I wanted it to happen or not. I definitely always had the intention of mostly feeding her directly from the breast. But I did also have an idea that, okay, if I need a little bit of a break, she can take the bottle. So I'll pump some and then she could take the bottle just to give me a little bit of a break. And that's how it was working out for the first few months. My husband would occasionally feed her a bottle to get her down to bed, to give me a little bit of a break, maybe a bottle in the afternoon. It was rare. And that is probably why she ended up rejecting the bottle entirely when she hit 3 months old. When she hit 3 months old, we had skipped probably about a week because of my husband's work schedule. It just wasn't working out for him to feed her at all. We skipped 1 week of her not taking the bottle, and that is all it took. She went through a shift and she was like, I am not taking the bottle anymore, and it did not matter what we tried. We bought so many different kinds of nipples and bottles, and we tried different methods, and I left the entire apartment and nothing worked. She did not want to take the bottle. And so for that reason, I'm very glad I didn't stress over having a huge breast milk stash in the freezer. It would have essentially been a waste of time. Yes, I could have donated it. But that is just not what ended up happening. I was exclusively breastfeeding and she was cluster feeding like crazy. I couldn't even fathom on top of that also pumping. And so I would stress and I would feel like this pressure, like I need to have this stash because of all these videos that you see online of these women filling up their freezer with a stash of breast milk. And I just was like, am I doing something wrong? No. It wasn't. And everyone's journey is different. In my case scenario, I didn't have a job that I had to go back to. I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom. I'm very grateful and blessed to be in that position to be able to do that. And for that reason, I'm always with her. The longest I've left her side is an hour and a half, 2 different times with my husband to get my hair cut. And that is it. And when you do breastfeed exclusively, especially straight from the breast, when they don't take the bottle, you really can't leave for more than a few hours at a time. So because you are their source of food. So in this case scenario, because of my position, I did not need to have that stash. And I'm really glad that I didn't put so much pressure on myself to have that stash because, again, she didn't even end up taking the bottle. So will I do things differently next time? Maybe. I don't know. I really enjoy breastfeeding. Is it really extremely hard and exhausting? Absolutely. Some days I'm like, oh my goodness, I wish she would just take the bottle. But the bonding experience is unmatched. Like it's just unless you do it, you fully can't even understand the feeling. So it's really a beautiful experience. I'm so, so grateful that I'm able to supply enough milk for her to continue to grow and for her health. And I plan on continuing to breastfeed for as long as I possibly can, as long as she wants it. I know every woman's journey is different. I'm just sharing my personal experience because I don't feel a lot of people talk about this whole breast milk stash thing and how you don't have to pump if you don't want to. If you don't have to, you don't need to. And so it's really your own journey. It's really up to you and what you want to do. No hate either for those who can't breastfeed. I know a lot of women who can't, and that's shared about a lot too. So everyone has their own experience. I just wanted to share a little bit about mine and show a different perspective on the fact that you don't need to pump if you don't want to. All right, so I hope to share a lot more about my postpartum experience, as it will go on forever. Essentially, once you become a mom, you're forever in postpartum, and I definitely plan on having more kids. So I look forward to seeing how the next kid and that whole experience differs from this experience. So thanks for being here. And if you want to see more content like this, definitely give me a follow, and I'll be back for more.